All right, so today we're going to go over Power Packet U. All right, you may or may not still have this Power Packet. That's fine. Follow along so you will know why you missed the ones you missed. All right, you can always open up your answer sheet for the U Power Packet and look at the answers you supplied versus what they really should have been. So that would still be on your Google Forms. You would just have to go to checklist U. Okay, so number 1. Jin makes a rectangular banner. It is 3/4 yards long and 1/4 yard wide. What's the area? Length times width is area. Length times width is area. All right, so length times width. Well, we should know how to multiply. Helps if you write the right fraction down. We should know how to multiply fractions. We multiply fractions straight across. 1 times 3 is 3. 4 times 4 is 16. So the answer is A, 3/16. All right, number 2. The cereal box has a height of 32 centimeters, and it has the base, here's a good one, the base with an area of 160 square centimeters. All right, so I'm going to draw. So that means this is 160 square centimeters. All that means to you is, if you remember, length times width is area. So we already did length times width. Now for volume, we just have to multiply height, right? And that's why they call it base times height. All right, so this is area. So we've already got the area of one of them. So we just have to multiply that by 32. 32, 160, 0, 12, 2, 3. Space saver, washing machine, 0, 18, 3, 4, 0, 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 5. 5,120. All right, if you want to put it over here, I don't care if you put it here or on the other side, doesn't really matter. All right, because your answer's here, 5,120. Number 3. All right, Part A and Part B all uses this information. Amar put 4/7 of the money he earned in the bank. He spent, right, this is in the bank, and 1/3 he spent on a book. Which expression can be used to find the difference? Difference, if you look at keywords, means subtraction between the fraction of money he put in the bank and the fraction he spent. So I'm just looking at the options. Nothing times 7 is 10, so I'm eliminating those two. But 21 works. So then we just have to say 4/7 equals what over 21? Well, whatever you do to the numerator, you have to do to the denominator. Whatever you do to the denominator, you have to do to the numerator. So 7 times what is 21? That would be 3. So we have to do it to the numerator also. So that would be 12. Well, that eliminates this one. So it pretty much has to be this one, but I'm going to go ahead and check 1/3 as well. We're getting to 21. So we have to multiply the denominator by 7 and the numerator by 7. 3 times 7 is 21. 1 times 7 is 7, and it checks out. So it is D. You have to know how to find common denominators. Have to. All right. That is one of the biggest things for this 5th grade. B. What is the difference between the fraction of money Amar put in the bank and the fraction he spent on the book? So we've already figured out how to find it. Now we just need to subtract. 12 minus 7. All right. So 12 minus 7 is 5. So it is 5 over 21. All right, if you subtract across, it would be 5, and the denominator stays the same, 5 over 21. Number 5. Enter your answer in the box. This is adding decimals. To add decimals, you line up the dots and give it all you got. All right, so in other words, line up the decimals. And when you line up the decimals, the tenths stay in line, the ones stay in line, okay? Ones, tenths, hundredths, and if you had thousandths, they would all stay in line, all right? So make sure everything stays in line. And we're adding. 7 plus 3 is 0, carry the 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 6 is 10, carry the 1. 5, 6, 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 5 is 10, carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So it is 20, or you're going to put 20.00, or any combination, as long as it was. So 20.000 is the same as 20.0 is the same as 20. If you do not, you cannot put a decimal here because it is invisible. All right, so those were your answer options. Number 6. Kurt drew a rectangular maze with a length of 3/4 foot and a width of 5/12 foot. All right, length and width. As soon as I saw length and width and nothing else, I knew I was going to be looking for area. What is
the kindergarten, first grade staff?
All right, so area, length times width is area. Let's see, 3/4 times 5/12. 3 times 5 is 15. 4, well, okay, right there. Unless they reduce, I'm going to look at 4 times 12 is 48. Right there's my answer. Can it be reduced? Yeah, but it wasn't. So I know that this is a 3 and this can be divided by 3. So I know that this can be divisible by 3. But I'm not going to bother with that because my answer's there. Number 7. Which expression matches the statement, the sum of, is sum means I'm going to add, all right? And actually, sum of means I'm going to add, and it means since I got to do something to the sum, I'm going to add it in parentheses, all right? So sum of 2 and 4 subtracted from 9. You're not, okay, so it's from 9, so 9 has to be first. 9 minus the sum of 2 and 4. Well, let's see what we got. No. Nope, because we got to do the sum, so no. Yes, 9 minus, all right. Sum of means you got to put it in parentheses, guys. So it is C. 8. Solve a lot of multiplying fractions on this one. All right, but that's straightforward. 5 times 9 is 45. 6 times 10 is 60. 45 over 60. Granted, it can be reduced, but the answer is there. All right. Number 9. Okay. Mia has several rounds of a word game. Each coordinate pair shows the number of the round and Mia's score of that round. She is keeping track of the coordinated pairs on the corner plane. So the round and the score. All right. Which coordinate plane correctly shows Mia's score on the first 3 rounds? Okay, so it should be over 1, up 3, over 2, up 6, over 3, up 3. All right, well, looks like that's our answer. All right, I will check the others. Over 1, up 3, no. Over 1, up 3, nope. Over 1, up 3, nope. All right, something as simple as this, it's very good to go ahead and check all your answers. So it was A. Number 10. So we need to look back at the other one. So I'm going to just make a note here of round 1 was 1, 3. Round 2 was 2, 6. And round 3 was 3, 3. And remember, it said each coordinate pair it showed the round and the score. If you hadn't read the directions, you wouldn't have known that the coordinate pairs represented the round and the score. All right, so that's why it's very important to read everything listed. All right, in round 4, Mia scores the same number of points as in round 2 and 3 combined. That means add. All right, so for round 4, remember, the first one is the round. The second one is the score. So it's 6 plus 3 is 9. So we come over here, find 4, 9, and we've got our answer. Number 11, enter your answer in the box. Okay, this is division. 1,534 divided by 26. 1 cannot be divided by 26. 15 cannot be divided by 26. 153 can. 26 is not something I know by heart, so I am going to make a little T-chart. It goes through 9. Whoops. Okay. I don't know all of them. I don't have to know all of them, all right? Because I can work them out and then fill it in as I go. This just keeps me organized. When you're dividing, it is tricky for most people. 26 is close to a quarter. So I'm going to think of how many quarters make $1.50. Well, that would be 6. So let's try 6. 6 times 25. I've made it too close. I'm going to run into it, but that's okay. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 2 is 12. 13, 14, 15. 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, helps if I multiply by the right thing. 26, not 25. 6 times 6 is 36. 12, so 156 for 6. And that 156 is too big. So now I'm going to try 5. 30, 10, 11, 12, 13. 130 works. So 5, 130, subtract 3 minus 0 is 0. 5 minus 3 is 2. Check. 20 is less than 26. Remember, we are divide, multiply. Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? Divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring down. All right, so we have checked. We now need to bring down the 4. Everything stays in line. Now I'm dividing 204. Well, it needs to be bigger than 6. You can guess around. I'm just going to go ahead and guess the right number because I know that 26 times 9 is 204, mainly because I got the answer key. So I'm going to go ahead and put 9 up here, 204, subtract 0. It is less than 26, nothing left to bring down. Your answer is 59. And again, when you have something like this, you really don't even have to fill it in if you circle your answer. But if you do fill it in, it's not a big deal. You don't have to fill in any little dots. Remember, this sheet is just for you. Number 12. What 2 conversions are correct? So we are going to use kangaroos help dingoes because dingoes can't multiply. Okay. Right here, let's just change the second one. 70 cm equals blank M, cross off what's the same, starting at C, going to the M, one swoop. So we find our decimal, one swoop, same direction, 700. So that one is not correct. All right, our next one. Let's just change the second one. 0.07 meters equals blank centimeters. Let's see. I'm going to use the same one, but I'm going to go on the bottom. Same. So that means this is bare. So we're starting at the B, going to the C. 1, 2. Find my decimal. 1, 2. So that would be 7. So this one is correct. All right. This one's kind of spin up, so I'm going to make another one. Kangaroos help dingoes because dingoes can't multiply. I'm going to write it out to the side. 7km. And I'm just switching the second one on all of them. You could have switched the first one to make it match the second one. It doesn't really matter. I'll switch the second. I'll do it the other way on the last two just to show you. Cross off what's the same. That means this side's bare. This side's K. Starting at the K, going to the B, hitting every letter in between. 1, 2, 3 swoops, find my decimal. 1, 2, 3 swoops, fill in the empty decimals, 7,000. That one then is also correct. All right. On this one, I said I would, on the last two, I said I would keep the current decimal, or the first one, and find the second one, all right, to see if it's right. All right, cross off what's the same, starting at the C, going to the M, one swoop, so that one would be 7, so it is not correct. And the last one, if I keep the first one and go to the second one, all right, so kangaroos help dingoes because dingoes can't multiply. Cross off what's the same. That makes this side bare, this side K, starting with what you know at the B, going to the K. 1, 2, 3 swoops in that direction. Find your decimal. 1, 2, 3 swoops. Fill in the empty. It would be 0.007, so that one is not correct. So it is B and C. And that is the last page of the packet. So see you on the next Power Packet.